Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with Petey and Sean. Craig is under the weather, so he is not joining us today, but you have something to say?
I do.
Okay.
Because conspiracy theorists might say it's been a while since Craig and I have been in the studio together, and there's been a little beef going on between Craig and I. Some may say that. Some may not.
Some may.
But some may.
No. Craig, we hope you're feeling better. Take care of yourself. Craig works hard.
Get better, Craig.
But we had the opportunity to speak with one of the opportunity to speak with one of the newest Arizona Coyotes, Jason Zucker, who I think his signing here, I feel like kind of shifted the perception on the team this year. That was the first one you said.
That was the first domino that you go, oh my goodness, this isn't what they've traditionally done. And I know Bukestad had a really good season last year, but at the time he was a 13th forward in Minnesota. Zucker's still playing. Like he was a big part of what they were doing in Pittsburgh, and you go, oh my goodness, things are different now.
Yep.
So I think that was the first domino to fall.
Absolutely. So we had the chance just earlier this morning to talk to Jason Zucker. So I think without further ado, let's send it over to Jason. We're super excited to welcome one of the newest Arizona Coyotes forwards. It's Jason Zucker. Jason, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
First of all, where are you right now and what have you been up to this summer?
Yeah, I'm currently in Scottsdale at my rental house here, and the kids started school. They're already in their third week of school here, so it's a little bit crazy how early they start, but it was a great summer. Spent most of it in Minnesota doing my off-season training and skating. Now I've been out here for a couple of weeks and just kind of trying to get into the new routine out here on the West Coast.
So we're going to talk about Minnesota right off the bat because you brought it up. So I can't help it. No, I can't help it. You talked about it. So you skate and train there. Do you skate into Beauty League? Or did you?
I do. Yep.
Yeah. See, the Beauty League just crowned their champion last night. Did you know that?
I didn't.
You didn't, and obviously he didn't play in it because he's here.
Yeah.
So a big transition going from Minnesota here. So let's talk about the weather right away. How familiar you are? Because you talked to Boogie. How excited are you about the weather in the middle of the hockey season here in Arizona?
Yeah, it'll be a little interesting. I mean, so I'm from Las Vegas, so I'm going to throw that out there right away. I mean, this is more like home than anywhere that I've played throughout my entire career. And that includes college and juniors and everything. So I'm really excited to be back on the West Coast, and I love this weather. Now, with that said, I haven't had a West Coast winter since I was 14 living in Las Vegas. I was in Michigan. I was kind of all over the place, and so I'm looking forward to it again. It's gonna be great.
So we want to ask you about the fact that you grew up in Las Vegas, because you don't think of NHL players and then think of Las Vegas as a place that breeds hockey, obviously. But So how did you get into hockey living in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I grew up playing roller hockey, so that was kind of the start. Roller hockey was huge. It was actually huge here in Arizona. I was, oddly enough, I played so many tournaments here in Arizona for ice and roller. California was massive for roller hockey too. So that's kind of how we got started, was in roller hockey, and then transitioned to ice a little bit later on, and just kind of picked it up from there.
Do you still have family in Vegas?
My whole family's still there.
Wow,
yeah. Seriously?
That's awesome.
Oh, that's going to be awesome then.
So I'm one of 5 kids, and then my parents, and then all my all my nieces and nephews are there. So we all ended up having kids right around the same time. So it worked out well.
So that's got to be exciting for them. Like it's I guess not a quick car ride, but it's not far either.
It's jump in the car.
It's
a car ride.
Jump in the car. You can't car ride to Pittsburgh. So jump in the car and head to the valley.
Yeah, so we actually drove out there last weekend for my niece's birthday. It was like 4.5 hours. It was easy.
That's fantastic. They got to be so excited that they get to see you play more often. If you can get them into the Mullett, we'll see.
Well, I mean, and my family they're not big travelers. They're homebodies. They don't leave Vegas, unless it's for work, or at the time when it was hockey, they stay home. And so they never got out to Pittsburgh. They never, they did. I don't think my parents ever made it to Pittsburgh. They would just watch us play when they'd come out to Anaheim, and LA, Arizona, Vegas, and catch some of those games. And Minnesota, I think they got out there a handful of times throughout the 8 years I was there. It wasn't very often.
Awesome. That'll be great. Hopefully
Yeah,
they'll be able to come to more games. Let's dive into a little bit of Coyotes talk. Head coach Andre Tourney, he actually just signed a 3-year contract extension yesterday. Have you had the chance to talk to Bear on the phone and kind of go over, how he sees you fitting into this lineup?
Yeah, I have. Bear's been great. I've heard nothing but great things from all the guys from Bugey and Boydo and those guys at Stetch that I've all talked to prior to signing, and they've all said that he was just fantastic. So I've had a few opportunities to talk to him. Not a whole lot about in-depth conversations hockey-wise, but more just about getting to know each other a little bit. And seems like an amazing person. More than anything that matters in this world. And I think that translates really well into his coaching style.
Well, you talk about you were a big free agent, player over the summer, and when you sign in Arizona, I think the Arizona fans go, oh, they're turning the page from the rebuild, and well, this team's going to start winning. So I guess for you, a guy where you are in your career, coming from a really good organization, a good team, being a key part of that team, why Arizona? What was it about Arizona that said, yeah, this is going to be a really good fit for me?
There's a lot of aspects to it that go into it, of course, and number one for me is it's about want and fit, and for me, they really wanted me here. Bill, that was the initial conversations were all about really wanting me here, not being a secondary option that they're looking for in the market and things of that sort. And then the fit side of it is huge as well. I mean, I can play whether I'm playing on the first line or second line or third line. You're playing with great players, and for me, I've been a guy throughout my career that if you put me with somebody that can pass the puck, I can score goals. And, we have a lot of really good young talent on this team. And now it's about kind of turning that page, like you said, and turning them into great seasoned NHL players that are going to be great players for a long time.
And I look at it's funny you mentioned that, but the youth of this team, and I've talked a lot about where I see you, and of course I'm just behind the microphone, I'm not in the room, but I talk about where I see you fitting on this team. And once they signed Logan Cooley, and he's the guy here for years to come, I said he's got to play with Zucker. I said he has to be. That's a guy that can help him understand how to play in the National Hockey League. One, Cooley's a talented kid, and he's going to get you the puck. You just drive the net, and you're going to get points. I can just tell. But that talks to your role is one thing. But when you looked at Bugstead and Dumba, and you've got guys that did you play with Dumba? Was he coming up?
7 years.
Yeah, wow. So he was there. So you've got Dumba, Bugey, guys here. Did that help influence your decision on coming?
Yeah, well, not really, honestly. What did influence it was what they said about the organization and what they said about the team, the coaching staff, the players. That influenced it for sure. I wouldn't say knowing them. Bugey and I have crossed paths ever since we were in juniors. He played, I was playing at the development program. He was still playing high school in Minnesota, but he played a few tournaments with us, and then we'd play against him in college, and then pro. We crossed paths, but we never played. He was in Pittsburgh and Minnesota. I was in both, but different times. So we never actually played together. But we skate together in the summers, and he's just a great person. So I valued his opinion more than anything. But I wouldn't say that it was, more or less like the relationship. Even though I think him and I have a good relationship, I think it was more about what he said about the organization, the team, the players, the coaches, all of that really swayed me for sure.
One of the things you mentioned right now about Nick Bugstead is that he's a good person first, and I believe that we've had the opportunity to talk to him many times here. But you look through this whole entire Coyotes roster, and one thing that comes up all the time when we talk about players, he's a good guy. Like down the list, he's a good guy. It's a good guy, and we called around asking about you, and it was the same report. He's a good guy. He's a good leader, good in the room. So when I look at this roster and this team, and I know how hockey works, like you put a bunch of good guys in a room that believe in each other, you never know where it goes. So what kind of expectations do you have for this team for this season?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, that stuff really goes a long way. It's really hard to be, to put it nicely, a bad person when you have a room full of good people. and it just drags everybody in the right direction towards a common goal. And obviously that goal is to win a Stanley Cup. And, whether we feel that we're in that position or not this year doesn't matter. It matters what's in our room and the people we have and how we develop these young guys and the talent. And, I had a conversation with Bill, and I said, the hardest part about your job is finding the talent, the Logan Cooley's, the Clayton Kellers, the Barrett Haytons, the Michellis, all of these guys. The talent is the hard thing to find. You can then go and find the pieces that are just as important, but the fill-in pieces are easier to find than that crazy talent like the Coolies and the Kellers and all these guys. And so I think that goes a long way. But for me, expectation-wise, for us, we're absolutely looking to make a statement in our conference and in our division and, be in the playoffs. We have the talent to be able to do that. It's now putting it all together on the ice and doing it over the course of 82 games.
So for people who might not know you well in the Valley, you really care about the community and you have a foundation called Give 16. Can you tell Coyotes fans a little bit about your foundation and how it gives back to the community?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for asking. Give 16 is something that's near and dear to our family's heart. And it all started, and it was the premise of a young boy we met at a children's hospital in Minneapolis named Tucker Hellstrom. And Tucker unfortunately passed away from a rare bone cancer called osteosarcoma when he was 9 years old. But when I met him, he was, just one of those kids, one of those people that everyone has met once in their life that just drew people to him, was just like an infectious personality, was so much fun to be around. And, when he passed away, it was basically trying to do something to keep his legacy alive. And so what we did is we built what's called the Zucker Family Suite and Broadcast Studio within Masonic Children's Hospital right there in Minneapolis. And so what it is, it's a dual purpose space. And essentially we could be doing exactly what we're doing right now in the space. You can record TV shows, radio shows, host podcasts, you can do all that. Or the flip side, it's more like interactive games, bingo and trivia and all of that. But then on the other side is a viewing suite. So one of the things I heard a ton when I would do these hospital visits was, hey, I got admitted early, or I didn't get admitted, get released from the hospital, discharged early enough. So I missed the game I was going to go to. I had tickets, X, Y, and Z. So we basically said, let's bring the game to them. So now they can go downstairs, rent out the suite, and have a full viewing party. And we cater in Chick-fil-A and all these, great partners of ours bring food in, so they can actually watch the game as if they're at XL Energy Center. Obviously, I was playing for the Wild at the time. And what's great about it is there's actually goal lights. So when the Wild score, they're connected to the XL, so the lights go off. And
wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So it's a great space. So everything we do, I'm very proud to say, our family is we're not a true foundation. And we do that only because we want to make sure that 100% of dollars go directly to the space. So to this day, we can say 100% of every donation ever made to Give 16 has gone directly to that space. And it's been a lot of fun to build.
Wow. So we'll put the link to the website in our chat here, but is there a way that Coyotes fans can, donate if they want to, or
yeah, through give16.com. There's a lot of info there. And then you can get in touch with us, and essentially all the donations just get written right to the hospital. And they go directly to our space from there to provide all the programming and funding for the space to keep it open.
It just speaks again to the person that you are, and I think that the hockey community in Minnesota, it's a big hockey community. It's huge.
Yep.
When I go to Arizona hockey community, it's small, but it's tight, and they're very passionate, and they care about each other. So I think this is a cause. Make sure everybody checks it out and gets involved if they can. We really appreciate it. You had as a chance as a player now. You've been to the Mullett. You've had a chance to play in the most unique building in the NHL. One, what's it like as a visitor? And two, what's it going to be like being that as your home ice for this season?
I'm excited about it. It's funny. I told the story a little while back after I signed, but after I signed, my dad sent me a message that he went back through our messages from last season after we played at the Mullett, and he basically asked me what I thought about it, and he went back and found that text message after I signed, because that's the number one question everyone asks, right? Oh, what are you gonna, what's your thoughts of playing in front of 4,600 and X, Y, and Z? And the text message was like rave reviews. Like, I was back in college and absolutely loved it. The atmosphere was great. Best atmosphere I'd ever had, here in Arizona. And, so I thought it was great. We had a little warm-up area that was outside. We were playing soccer outside. It was great. We couldn't have asked for anything more, especially coming from Pittsburgh and the weather at the time.
Yeah.
So it was phenomenal. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard nothing but great things. And, obviously my single experience there was great. But I think overall it's a fun thing that we can rally around as an organization.
Absolutely. One more question before we let you go here. Australia. I mean, the team is headed to Australia next month, a really unique opportunity. Have you been to Australia before? Do you have any expectations about what that's going to be like?
I've never been, so I'm really looking forward to it. I wouldn't say that I'm much a big traveler by any means, but I enjoy my travel when I have the time to. So I'm looking forward to the experience. It should be great. With that, though, there's a lot of kind of question marks for us, just as far as 17 hours on the plane and the time change and whatnot. But it should be so much fun. I mean, we need to use it as a great team bonding trip, and we don't have a ton of new guys, but for the guys we have, it'll be great to get everyone together and get to know everyone a little bit more and just have some fun. So we're really looking forward to it.
Well, I think it's interesting because Leah will be on that plane, by the way. Leah and Craig, who is not here, they left me at home. Yeah. They don't trust me. But you talked about the bonding. And I think this team last year spent the first 30 days on the road because of the Mullett Arena was not completed yet. And I think that really brought this team together. It helped them achieve higher point total than they had the year before. I think, again, you talk about this specific group. I think this is going to help them when the puck drops in October. And I think this group, Jason, I'm from the outside looking in, this looks unique. It's a unique blend of young talent, veteran leadership. There's some really good players on this team and a coach that believes in everything. So I think this bonding, like you said, is going to be an opportunity for them to get started on the right foot. What do you have to say to Coyotes fans? Do you think that there is hope here in the Valley, and does hockey belong here?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I'm going to pause you. My iPad's about to die. I'm going to plug this in, and I'm going to answer your question. I don't know how. I'm literally at 1% right now, so I don't want you guys to lose me.
I will tell you this. As you're getting it plugged in, Nick Bukestad did the interview live from his backyard, and his phone overheated and just cut out. So
did Liam O'Brien.
Yes, Liam O'Brien did too.
Yeah, his phone also overheated.
Guys. So yeah.
That is we're athletes. Let's keep it fair. But I think there's a ton of hope here. I mean, there should be, right? We have, again, the hardest part of an organization is finding that world-class talent. When you look at organizations like Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay, and the list goes on and on of organizations. I mean, the list goes on and on of teams that drafted well and drafted great talent. When you draft a Crosby and a Malkin, when you draft an Ovechkin, when you're drafting all these guys that are the pure talent, again, that's where the hope should be starting. And so we have that. We have Clayton Keller, we have Logan Cooley, we have Michelli and Hayton and Schmaltz, and Schmaltz wasn't drafted here, but you get the point. Like, we have these guys that are phenomenal hockey players, and now adding in, like you said, the veteran leadership side of it with Matt Dumba and Bukestad, Travis Boyd, myself. I mean, that is a huge element of it too, and I think we're all really excited about it to kind of help the young guys grow, but at the same time, they're going to help keep us young and keep us excited about the game and just enjoy the entire process of it. So I think we've got a great team. I really do. I think everyone is really excited about it, and I think the fans are really going to see that too, when the season gets going.
Well, Jason, we can't thank you enough for your time. It was really great getting to know you, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
See you at the rink.
Absolutely. Yeah, great to meet you guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you again to Jason Zucker, which, for the record, Zucker like Booker. Zucker
rhymes Booker. With Booker. Yep.
So that is the official pronunciation, but really great stuff from him. He just seems like a great guy who's going to fit in well nicely, as we mentioned, with more great guys who are here. But we'll get into all of that. here in a second. But for Jason, the one thing, moving from Pittsburgh to here, it's a big change. I mean, the desert is so different than Pittsburgh, but what will remain the same is the availability of Circle K's everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go. They're literally everywhere. Consistent
all across the country. Circle K, that's the consistency is what makes them so great, in my opinion. Circle K, great snacks, great drinks. They always have good deals going on as well, and great gas prices. And they have a new free membership program that saves you 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. Once you join, you get every 6 free on a selection of Circle K products, pizza, coffee, ice cold fountain drinks. You can join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. You can visit circlek.com for details. And he said, how am I going to get through that 17-hour flight? I know how Craig and I are, and it's OGs is going to get us through. Listen, you gotta, the key to getting through a flight that long is going to sleep. So I'm not going to take OGs on the plane because I'm not going to do anything illegal, but I'm going to take a sleep edition gummy right before I step on the plane, pass out. And if you just sleep like 8 hours, then you just have another 8 hours to entertain yourself. It's fine. Everything's fine. But Circle K, I mean, they have everything too. But OGs, they don't sell OGs. Wow. OGs has something for everyone, different flavors, different types as well. And because you're a PHNX listener, you get this little bonus deal right now. It just got a whole lot sweeter to be a PHNX listener. Thanks to our buds at OGs. Right now through August 31st, which is a week from today, so you have 1 week to do this, you can get 25% off 100 milligram bags of the fruits and the creams at all Arizona The Flower Shop locations. All you have to do is go to theflowershopusa.com, place an online order, and use discount code PHNX at checkout. Then you can head to your nearest The Flower Shop location to pick it up. That's right, this deal is exclusive to our PHNX listeners, and reminder, it's available only for online orders that are picked up in person. Discount code PHNX is active until August 31st, so go get to #flavoringlife. PD, what was your impression of Jason Zucker?
I think, and it's also the impression of the chat, he's a good guy. And I think that he understands his role on this team. He's not Logan Cooley. He's not Clayton Keller, but I think he can help all of those guys become better players and better pros. One thing I think he can do, we talk about his offensive side of the puck. He's going to get more points this year. He's going to be a guy that's going to be put in situations where he can be effective offensively. But I think his main role here is to be one of those guys in the locker room that shows, hey, you want to be in the NHL? I played for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Like that team knows how to win.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be able to go, hey, this is how you do it. You don't take shortcuts. You don't do, you're going to learn how to do things the right way. I think it's incredibly important that he's here right now. Keep an eye on him. I mean, he's one of those things. Here's the issue. When you get closer to the trade deadline, he's got a 1-year deal.
Yeah, that did weigh on me a little.
If this team is out of it, and not anywhere near the playoffs, he's a piece that could go to a team that's trying to win. And we talked about that with Bugstead last year. I think Zucker is going to be a guy that's going to be that piece potentially this year. But let's hope that his season goes well. He likes the coaching staff. He likes being here. And then they find a way to continue his career here in Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. So exciting to see, though, as we talked about on the interview with him, it's just a really great group of people, and Andres Herney at the helm, another great person, and we kind of walked away from that interview thinking, damn, like this team might be something really special. Again, not playoff, not a cup contender, but I don't know, it's just there's just a nice feeling around the Coyotes right now, and it's an exciting time, I think, to be a Coyotes fan.
Yeah, I do too. And I think one of the things that's repeated here over and over is, and Dan said it, I think Dan said it, sums it up best, that this season could be something special. There's something about this group right now, and Bear's got his contract signed. We're going to talk about that next, and he brings this new element and energy, and it's just, there's a buzz right now, and you know it when you work for the team. You know it ahead of time. You go, gosh, this is going to be kind of fun. Like you feel it going into the first day of training camp.
Yeah. And
there are times when you look at your roster and you go, oh shit, we're in trouble. Like, we got no chance. This is going to suck. And it makes a difference on how you start training camp and how you start game one. This team's going to believe in each other. And if they get that little, that magic that they get from the Bear, I'm not one to ever say never. Like there's 6 months ago, I said this team's never going to make the playoffs. Then they sign a few guys that go, well, nah, still not going to make the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know. I think this team is going to tease it. I think they're going to be closer than people think, and it could be a special year. You just got to get in. You just got to get in.
Yep.
It's going to be fun to watch. And I tell you what, for the first time as a PHNX employee, we get to talk about it and be excited about it.
We get to cheer for wins.
It's unbelievable.
Once.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
2 years, the 2 straight years of, oh shit, let's get a good draft pick. Now to, gosh, maybe?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
And he's not a cake eater 10 play. We talked about that before we got on air, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
The cake eater thing?
Yeah.
He lives in Edina.
He didn't know.
Didn't even know what it was.
No. He had no clue.
Yeah.
But we talked about the good guys in this locker room and the fact that Andre Tourigny is the leader. And, you heard Jason Zucker say that he heard such great things, has had amazing conversations with him. We spent our whole show yesterday talking about Andre Tourigny's extension. So if you missed that, you can go back and listen to Wednesday's show. But after that show, we had the opportunity to speak with Andre Tourigny in a media availability just to get his thoughts on his extension. And one of the things we talked about, PD, was does the addition of players like Zucker and Dumba and Kerfoot and, the list goes on, add any pressure? Because when Andre Tourigny came into this situation, there was no pressure.
Right.
And now he has a better roster and a 3-year deal that he has to live up to. Is there any added pressure? So I asked him about that, and here's what Coach Tourigny had to say.
I think your job as a coach never changed. Whatever the team you have, your job is to exceed expectation. That's your job as a coach. And if the expectation are too high, you're screwed. That's what it is. So at the end of the day, our job is to, if you have a B, you need to do a B plus with it. You won't make A plus with it. It's pro sports. It's not like you can make miracle, but if you have a C team, you want to do a C plus or something like that, but you cannot do miracle. But our job here will be the same. So we have a better team, but our job will be, again, to get the best of everybody and to build, to have all those players who join the team now, to make sure we maximize the potential of all those players, plus continuing maximize the player we have and building pride and feeling of belonging to be a Yotes and to build a championship team in the desert. Leave
it to Bear to come up with a great, I don't know what it is, an analogy, but it's like if you have a B roster, you want them to be a B plus team.
Yeah.
C plus. I don't know. It's a great outlook. It also reminds me of when Bill Armstrong gave you a talking to and said you're at your C game and you need to come to an A game. If you know, you know. But yeah, I mean,
he just makes you believe.
Yeah, he does.
You want to be a part of whatever he's selling. You just go, yeah, you're right. I get it. And I think that building of a team, we saw it come to fruition last season. Guys believed in each other. And the hardest thing to get inside a locker room is accountability. It's incredibly hard. You want players to be accountable for themselves. That's helpful. I need to be better. I need to do better. But when you get a teammate that's accountable for the guy sitting next to him, you've got something special. Like I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to make you better. And you need to be, we're in this together. And Bear's done that. So I won't hold this team back or set a bar yet, because I think they can do great things here.
Saul just started cleaning the carpet outside of the studio. Yeah. I don't know if anyone can hear that, but I'm just saying
just looked at us.
He's apologizing. Just wanted to put that out there. Get ahead of it. But one of the other things that Bear talked about, that Zucker also talked about, was mentoring these young players. And I think someone like Jason Zucker is a guy who can be a mentor. You know, that veteran leadership.
10 minutes. We're not gonna go half hour. Saul's got shit to do. Let's keep it moving. But you're right. How he handles young players, I think, is incredibly important. Just start at the other end. We're good. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Look at me giving him orders. He scares me. But let's get back to him being a mentor to young players. I'm sorry.
Zucker will be that, but I think Andre Tourigny is that too. And we again talked about yesterday his experience coaching junior, I think, plays into that. So Andre Tourigny was asked about mentoring young players, coming into the league. I mean, you got Logan Cooley coming in as a 19-year-old this year. So this is what Andre Tourigny had to say about mentoring the youth.
there's two things in that. That's a lot of fun, but it's a tremendous responsibility as well. It's like raising a child, your own child. You don't want to miss. You don't have a second opportunity to raise them the right way. So the value our team have, and the value our leader preach or make sure the team has, it's really important for us. It's because we know we're not a championship team yet, but we believe with those players growing and building them in championship attitude and the championship value, it's today. And in the future, at some point, we will become a championship team, and the way we will have worked today will help us then. So we're building our championship team every day. We did it, in my opinion, in the last 2 years, the way we conduct our business, the way we work, the way we compete, the way we show up at the ring every day with a smile, with a compete, whatever the challenge they throw at us. We went right at it, head toe to toe, and we never back down. So now will not change. Now we'll have more challenges, we'll have more pressure, we'll have more expectation, and we'll embrace it. We won't back down. We'll just go ahead first. That's the way we have to do it. But the attitude we'll have today, raising those young men, raising those young prospects, will dictate how we will be in 2, 3, 5 years from now. I think your job as a
You know what? We made it back in the end.
Is it Monday again?
No, I know. It's okay. I think it was really funny that he talked about like treating them like they're your own kids, like you're raising them like they're your own.
He just inspires you.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for these young players on this team to have someone to look at like Bear that is not going to be critical and difficult and make their life harder. It's going to be a guy that mentors them and is there to push them along and give them optimism and hope. We've said it over and over. He's the guy I'd love to play for. Yep.
He said in that clip, we're not a championship team yet, but maybe we will see the playoffs in the next 4 seasons. And there's a lot of chatter.
Playoffs.
There's a lot of chatter right now in the chat about a new tradition.
Yes.
Because the whiteout was mentioned. That tradition carried from when they were with Winnipeg to Arizona. Clearly, this team has not been in the playoffs a lot in the last.
The last time they were, there was no fans.
Yeah, exactly. And before that, it was 11 years ago.
Yep.
We've seen a lot about Haboob, but Sandstorm, I'm just saying, I'm 100% on board for Sandstorm.
I have absolutely no doubt what I want. The whiteout, and Dan brought up a great point, or as Kenny did, Dan did, that everybody's got a white t-shirt. Wait, but yeah, they do, and everybody can pull off white. But here again, go to the ownership group and go, hey, everybody has to buy a new t-shirt. So a little sales marketing. Sandstorm to me is unique. It's different. Can you imagine the video screens showing the Haboob rolling in before the playoffs start? Are you kidding me? Sandstorm is absolutely, and somebody said Haboob out. I don't know. We gotta
just Sandstorm.
Is that
works.
family friendly?
Sandstorm works
with your Haboob out. I think it's a Sandstorm, but I like #Haboob as part of the playoff.
Haboob the hard way. Nicholas. Oh my God.
Yeah, I do think a Sandstorm. I think it's time. So let's get a Sandstorm inside the Mullett. I want that. I want it. 5,000 seats. Nobody can get in. It's the hottest ticket in Arizona. And it's a Sandstorm out. I love it.
And the video team could have a lot of fun making that video.
Let's go.
Oh boy. Well, we come up with good ideas, PD, but we come up with even better ideas for, maybe how to wink.
We do. And I would tell you, I've been talking about this wink for a while. It's a new product. It's a seltzer. It's a seltzer water with just a wink of THC. And you want to take that little edge off the end of the day. I talk about it because I use it.
Every night, like he sends us photos, like almost every night.
When you guys stop working because I want to go wink.
Yeah,
and it's a true, 100% true. It takes the edge off. I've got high anxiety. I'm a guy that buzzes and bounces around all the time. I found that this is something at the end of the day I can drink and relax. And I talk about it's a seltzer water, so it tastes really good. It's got no carbs, no calories, because of course I worry about my fitness. Apparently
you do.
Yeah, I know I do actually. So that's important to me. It sips like when my wife drinks wine, I can drink wink and I feel like I'm also socializing.
Yeah.
I'm completely sold. I'm telling you, and they have different flavors, different strengths. So definitely go check it out. We haven't talked about Countdown much. Countdown is their sister product, a little bit stronger. So Friday, Saturday, I might hit the countdown.
You might have had a countdown at Saul's
had a countdown
meat party.
At Saul's party. At the meat party, I had a little bit of countdown because it hits a little different. If you know, you know. They're available. The Wink is available in 2.5 or 5 milligram cans. You can find Wink right here in Arizona. Look for Wink at Sunday Goods dispensaries, and you might find me at a Sunday Goods dispensary very soon in the Valley. And the Botanica dispensary in Tucson, they're now in 12 states nationwide and even recently launched online ordering and home delivery to about a dozen other states. To find the fastest way to get your hands on one, go to DrinkWink. That's drink, WYNK.com, with just a wink of THC.
Absolutely. PD loves drinking his winks, loves lying in his hammock
with my Shady Rays. That was my Shady Rays Wink day, and that was not staged. That was a real picture.
Yeah,
because I don't want to sit. It's hot and sunny, so I took the seltzer water out. It was beautiful, and I had my Shady Rays in because I wanted to get the vibe and I wanted to keep the sun out. Yep,
Shady Rays. It's great. They're polarized, first of all, which is very important when you buy sunglasses. Just to protect your eyes from the sun. It is painful to look in the sun, okay? And Shady Rays, it's great because they have different styles. They have different colors in all of those styles. There is something for you. So if you just go on their website, shadyrays.com, just scroll. If you haven't been on their website, you'll be surprised at all the different styles and how affordable they are. If you want to see them in person, you can check out their Kierland Commons location. But the best part is if you don't love your Shady Rays, you can return or exchange them for free within 30 days. So there's absolutely no risk when you shop. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. You can go to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. All right, PD, we have one more topic for today, and it has to do with the hometown kid, Auston Matthews, who yesterday signed a 4-year, $13.25 million per year contract extension for a value of $53 million, making him the highest paid player in the National Hockey League.
Where's he from?
Arizona.
So the highest paid player in the entire league, and by the way, it's the highest paid hockey league. So we can say the highest paid hockey player in the world. Is that a fair statement?
I would say so.
Where is he from?
Arizona.
If we could drop a mic, he played for the Arizona. If there could be a mic drop, that would be at the moment right there. Like Messi in Miami? No, it's Matthews in Arizona. Mic drop and just walk.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible. Really, really, really happy for him.
He is the highest paid Bobcat of all time.
Yeah, yes, that is true, Template. And by the way, he broke his own signing on Twitter, which was funny because he tweeted out like, yeah, that was hilarious. I loved that because Leafs fans were panicking, but I was also panicking because I was waiting to see the term on the steel piece. Yes, this is important for
8 years.
No,
7 years.
No.
Huh.
It's a 4-year deal, which, with 1 year remaining on his current deal, that puts him in Toronto for 5 more years, ending in 2028. Auston Matthews will be 31 in 2028. Well, he'll be 31 in September.
So he'll be 30 in the summer when he signs that new contract.
So, do you think it's time to
think
get
it's
on
time.
Our tinfoil hats? It's been a while since the tinfoil hats.
It's been a minute.
Have made an appearance.
For the tinfoil hats.
Tinfoil hats, but make it fashion.
Function, but fashion.
As we always said.
So let's talk about the timing of this. At 31 years old, is he still a player that can help the Arizona Coyotes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's Auston Matthews.
What is he going to do, though? Does it matter how good he plays?
No. Because Auston Matthews is more than just a player on the ice. He is the face of the National Hockey League. He would sell tickets. And the timing of this, 2028...
What else happens around there?
Coyotes are in their new arena.
Really?
Coyotes have Logan Cooley, Simashev, Boot, Gunther, Geeky, Lamoureux, Keller's still here. It's all coming together. That's their window.
Buddy.
And you bring in a 31-year-old Auston Matthews, hometown kid, who is still probably going to be effective at 31 because he's Auston Matthews. I mean... That's the perfect storm. Hashtag sandstorm.
Well, and I'm going to bring up another topic here. 31, he's old. Bullshit, he's old. You want to talk about 31-year-olds? You know who's not 31? Sidney Crosby, 36. You know what he got since he turned 31? He played 408. Sidney Crosby, since he turned 31, 408 games, 475 points.
That's more than a point a game.
Ovechkin, 297 goals since he turned 31. Joe Pavelski, buddy, played 600 more games since he's turned 31. Some of his best seasons have been since he turned 31. Guess who's better than all of them? Auston Matthews. He has scored more goals than any other player in the National Hockey League over the last 5 years. More than Ovechkin.
Wow.
More than, what's the guy up in Edmonton?
Oh, McDavid?
Yeah, him. So everybody pump their brakes a little bit. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to go play in Toronto. Loves Toronto. Who doesn't love Toronto? You love Toronto.
I love it. I'm from Toronto.
Yes,
I love
Toronto. He's going to go win a cup there. Great. Have the parade. Super. Win a cup or two. Bring that experience here back home. Play with Clayton Keller, one of your best friends. Golf. You know what? The coaches can let you golf every day. It's okay. Go play 18. We're not even going to practice. You go play 18. And he will be a part of this organization when this contract in Toronto expires. Book it. He's in the Kachina.
2028. See you then. And by the way, he already has a house here, so
buddy
doesn't even have
family.
Yeah.
Where are they? Here.
Yeah.
Likes it here.
All right.
Old Town.
This has been Tinfoil Hats.
Tinfoil Hat Club.
I know there's people saying, "Oh, he's never going to come," and Leafs fans are like,
"We still got to believe, right?"
But for me, the fact that this was only 4 years, and I know 4 years is great. Like, I think this is great for Toronto fans. I'm glad that they have this settled.
Sorry.
I just think if this was an 8-year deal, I would say the dream is dead. If this was a 7-year deal, I'd say the dream is dead. But it being a 4-year deal, to me, the dream is alive.
Yeah, and honestly, it's funny because Toronto fans are going to look at this like, "Oh, we won, we got you." I saw that on Twitter last night. He's not a Coyote. Buddy, what did we say? We said it's not going to be yet. It's not yet. He might leave Toronto, but it's not.
He would never come here right now.
No,
and I don't blame him. Frankly, I don't blame him.
But here's the other part of this with the Toronto side that kind of bothers me. Which what you brought up when we first started talking about Auston Matthews is, where is he from? From Arizona. So you're in your argument, you're saying that the state of Arizona hockey matters, and hockey matters here because your best player, the key to your franchise, the guy that you hope brings you to the promised land, is from here. Is from Arizona. So in your argument that hockey doesn't belong here and hockey sucks here, the argument is moot because your best player's from here. So you can't use, I don't know, it's catch-22 or whatever.
And you know how Auston Matthews got into hockey was going to Coyotes games.
Danny Briere was his favorite player. Yeah. Sorry, Shane Doan. But it was Danny Briere. So Leafs fans, just embrace them. Say, "Thanks, Arizona. Thank us. Don't diminish us and belittle us. Say, yay, thank you, Arizona, for doing what you did to our team." And Brad Treliving and Shane Doan have all gone through here. Guess what? They're all in Toronto now. Thank you.
Matthew Nyes.
Max Domi. Drafted him. Thank you, Arizona. That's all we're asking. Well, that's all we want. Thank you, Arizona. Don't move the team. Screw you. Thank you, Arizona. It's not that hard. Like, we're all in this together.
Get it trending. Hashtag thank you, Arizona.
Yes. Hashtag thank you, Arizona. That's all I'm saying. And then we'll steal them.
PD, if you had to put odds on Auston Matthews eventually wearing a Kachina in his career.
Yeah, now that it's a 4-year deal, it's above 50-50.
Wow.
I would have put it but probably 20-80 before. Mm-hmm. I'll go and take the over. It's 51-49 that he ends up playing in the desert. It's better than 50-50. Could we bet on that yet?
No. Oh. Not yet on the BetMGM app, but maybe one day. But that's okay because there's plenty of other things to bet right now on BetMGM. College football week 0. They're talking all about that on PHNX Bets Daily live at noon today. So tune in for that. You got college football. You got NFL is just 2 weeks away at this point, I think. Somewhere in that window.
That means hockey's almost here.
Hockey's almost here. I know we're
so excited about it, but
baseball's still on.
Yeah, and the Diamondbacks are a wagon, if you've heard
the D-backs are a wagon. So there's just always something to bet on BetMGM. So if you haven't signed up yet, it's so easy. Just take out your phone right now, download the BetMGM app. Yeah, like so easy. PD did it. I did it. And Craig did it.
Oh, by the way, I bet last week during the show live on the Bet of the Week, and I hit.
Hell just yeah, saying, you did.
That's how easy it is. If an old man like me can do it, you can do it.
Use code PHNX when you sign up. There's a few different offers depending on where you live, but for our Arizona audience, if you place your first bet offer, you can receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets If it loses, you can check out the show notes for full details. And now you can listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-522-4700 Nevada. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Kansas, Nevada, New York, or Ontario.
So even though Craig is out sick, he has been working on an amazing story, which I kind of just got a sneak preview of in photos. And we teased it yesterday, but there's going to be an entire show tomorrow dedicated to talking about the dogs of the Arizona Coyotes organization and maybe our own dogs. It's going to be a super fun show, and Craig has an article dropping tomorrow. Even though he's sick, he's still working on it. He's been working on it for weeks. Genuinely, it's going to be phenomenal. So you can check that out at gophnx.com. And I would love it tomorrow in our Discord if we can get a thread of everyone sending photos of their dog. I think that happened once before and it was amazing. We should do it again tomorrow around showtime. I'm putting that out there now, but Saturday is National Dog Day, International Dog Day, whatever it is. So we're celebrating by celebrating the dogs of the Arizona Coyotes. So tune in tomorrow. That's going to be a blast. But become a diehard so you can join our Discord. Our Discord is so fun. And if you're sick of Twitter, you're sick of X, you just want to talk hockey, the Discord is the place to be. And
it's not always hockey.
No.
We had fun stuff too.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like you can have three conversations going at once.
Positive too.
It is.
Most of the time.
Mostly positive.
Drew.
Drew harshing my dreams. Just kidding. He knows what I'm talking about. But especially when the games start, it's a really fun place to be during the games. I laugh out loud every time. So I'm really looking forward to that. Tons of perks to becoming a diehard besides the Discord, besides Craig's weekly diehard only content. But you get 20% off merchandise like the shirt Petey's wearing. You get 20% off events. You get a free shirt or hat when you sign up. So become a diehard today. You can go to gophnx.com/diehard and check out the locker, phnxlocker.com. We're always dropping new merch. You might see a new shirt today if you are a baseball fan.
I was going to say hockey. Is there something coming?
Well, there is a hockey shirt coming.
But is there a new shirt coming?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. And I said it because I heard Saul tease it on the Sun Show yesterday, so I was like,
I didn't see the memo.
But anyway, lots of great stuff coming as always. You got anything else?
No, I'm just looking at Diana Tucker. And Diana, I just let you know, I'm old and I'm a long way from the screen. Does she not look like she's from olden times at the skating rink, like with the big muff, like they had, like what's, you know what I mean? Like, so I can't see what her picture is, but she's like back in the olden timies. Like it looks like she's.
Diana, we're on your channel, zooming in. No, it's like a figure.
It's a figure skating thing. That's awesome, Diana.
I think. Diana, please clarify.
It looks like competitive figure. Thanks, Diana.
But anyway.
Enjoying the ice.
We appreciate the chat.
No, I'm excited about the dogs tomorrow. I'm excited about PHNX. I will tell you one thing. I've got diehards. If you're listening right now, we were just talking about this morning when we're scheduling the next, what do we call them?
Diehard only hangout.
Why can't I remember that?
I don't know. Why don't you call it what you
Well, I liked the town hall thing, but we'll call it something else. But it's really cool. It's a really neat topic, and we're going to take you way behind the curtain, and you can't tell anybody else that you saw all this stuff. So that's coming very soon, like in the next 10 days.
Diana,
they got married at the ice den.
We're the first people to get married at the ice den.
Get the hell out of here.
Diana. Is unbelievable.
That is legendary.
That's crazy.
That's unreal.
That's amazing.
Congratulations, Diana.
I'm excited for that. Petey's showed me some of the stuff he has planned. And we'll trust me, we'll give everybody enough notice, but you have to be there because we don't record it.
Yep.
So you're either there or you're not.
Yep.
But that's it for us today.
That's it.
Thank you again to Jason Zucker.
Oh, that's it?
That's the shirt. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Really, really great to get to know him, and excited, to see him around the rink here in just a few weeks and in Australia. But like we said, we got the dog show tomorrow. That's Friday at 11 a.m. And we're here Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. every single day. So be sure to subscribe to the PHNX YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live. If you listen on audio, like, subscribe, follow, leave us a review as well. And that's it. So you can follow Petey at Spirit Hockey. You can follow me at Liam Merrill. Follow Craig. Wish him well at Craig S. Morgan. You can follow Sean at Sean_DePaz. You can follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody, and we will see you all tomorrow.